Hey, Michael.
Hey, brother. How's it going, man?
Good, man. How's the sound? Good?
How's that look?
It looks beautiful. Looks
It's
beautiful.
fucking,
Looks
pardon
beautiful.
my language. It's freaking gorgeous, man. It's cold, though. I just put my gloves on for the first time in like an hour.
Dude, I'm sure it's cold. So, just check in here with Michael and see how the winter fishing's going. How'd it go today? Or so far, I should say.
Yeah. I've been out here for probably since about 1 o'clock. Hit up one side of the reservoir where the boat, or I'm sorry, the river, lake, whatever the hell I'm at, by the dock where you and I went. But actually was frozen, like within, I'd say 25, 30 yards of that. So I tried walking up and around, but it's where the runway is, so I didn't want to get run over by an airplane. And surprisingly, there's a guy fishing right at the end of the runway, like legitimately at the end of the runway. So past two other people fishing. Mostly everyone's using shiners.
They're live.
Yeah, all live bait. I don't know if you can see behind me here.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. Yeah, it's just some tough access issues. I brought the fly rod, went down to that spot with the steep drop off, thinking maybe something there, but I lost my bucktail jig over there and been throwing one of my spoons, and the spoon just wasn't getting any attention. So I have on.
What you're fishing for? What fish are you targeting today?
I am targeting landlocked salmon. Now, because the lake is partially frozen, my assumption was that they would be sitting shallow. And don't mind me, I'm trudging along in.
That's okay. It's
about
beautiful.
A foot of snow here.
Beautiful scene.
So, yeah, landlocked salmon. So they're saying, as per New Jersey's Fish and Wildlife website, you should be able to get them sitting somewhat shallow after a nice thaw. How true that is, I don't freaking know.
It's new to me. I can tell you, I've caught God, what do they call them up in Erie? Steelhead in the snow. Quite a bit of steelhead.
Yeah. So here's my rod keeps freezing up too. Like 32, but the sun is nice. Thinking
the guides kept throwing up, huh?
Yeah, I lubed them with some Pam, but I don't know.
So real quick, what give me a town close to you so I can I'm checking the Weather Channel to tell everybody what
you can look at Newton, New Jersey.
Newton, New Jersey.
And try and get in here. Looks like
you gotta see.
Just trying to find my way in there.
So right now, Newton, New Jersey, afternoon temp 31, evenings. So
gonna get down to 8 at my house.
Actually, weather it feels like 26 degrees out there right now.
Woo.
With wind at 6 miles per hour. Pressure's dropping.
How many miles per hour?
6.
Yeah, it's definitely tough with the fly rod. I have, like I said, this orange rooster on, thinking maybe that's the number, right? Sorry, I'm ducking under here.
I'm just enjoying the scenery and hoping you get one of those landlocks finally. Now, have you gotten the landlock yet? I don't. Have you? One?
No.
Hopefully today is the day. Crossed.
Well, the sun's starting to hit the horizon, so I'm hoping that maybe last minute bite. I was here at pretty much high sun for the day. Let me turn around my camera so you can see the chaos.
That's an animal in front of you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I'm presently bushwhacking.
With your fly rod, is your Takara, your Bolo knife?
It's my my regular fly rod, my 6 weight. Whew, a lot of ducking and weaving going on here.
Have you seen any crazy guys out there catching any on the live bait?
I almost got ran over on the way up here by some crazy New Yorkers in a brand new Infinity truck. Came pulling out of a parking lot like a bat out of hell and almost took me with them. Of course, I had the right of way, but nice clearing right here. There we go. But a lot of the guys are using shiners, like I said.
Yeah.
They've got the live well going.
On the shore, they have a cooler with the bubbler or something? Yeah.
It looks like the one guy has like one of those buckets that has a bubbler in it. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I see some sort of movement.
All right, that was my next question. Have you seen any activity in the water? I know it's kind of hard, you said, because some of it's frozen.
It looks like it's starting to thaw. Where it was before, pardon me. But you can see, I'll turn this back around now. It's frozen for like a few feet, but that's here down in this cove. Now, if you look down towards the dock there, that's thin ice, but it's ice.
That lake
name drop.
is pretty. I mean, obviously towards the shore it's shallower, but
yeah,
that lake is very.
Yeah.
What other fish are in there? You got smallmouth, largemouth.
I believe it's small, large, and then you have pickerel. I had
lake trout too, right? Or
supposedly the guy told me no. He swears that they're brown trout, but the guy over at Merrill Creek told me that there's no brown trout in any of these lakes.
Yeah, that's weird to me. That's where you go.
That's where you go to die. Yeah, you're right. Looks like there's a machine gun in there. No, I'm joking.
Anyway, there's like candy.
Anyone like candy? So I am basically doing an entire loop around here to see if there's a section that I can fish that isn't frozen.
It's kind of hard to tell, when you're on camera, the length, how far something goes out. How far do you say that ice line is? About 5 feet?
Well, right now I'm about 4 feet above the water. And then, see, I think, I'm coming up on the airfield here. So I'm going to be at my limits of being able to walk in a moment. And then it's about 5-6 feet of ice. Yeah. It looks pretty thick from up here.
You guys have had cold weather up there for a while now.
Yeah, no luck, no dice, man. But beautiful, man.
We're glad
to sit I need down for a minute.
If you get definitely take pictures. We can post everything. I'm looking at the that lake's list, and there's rainbow trout.
Yeah,
landlocked salmon. There's a lot of fish in there.
Dude, this place is stocked to gills, but I have not had much luck here. I've caught tons of pickerel.
Apparently, there's
smallmouth.
Oh man, that's a big old musk you got there.
Yeah, this is where I had that muskie chase my fly in when I was salmon fishing over the summer, and froze up.
Yeah, like I say to people all the time on the podcast. I mean, look how beautiful that area is. That's New Jersey, boys and women.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that lake has some colorful history too.
There's a sunken airplane in here supposedly. It's definitely a cool, beautiful place, but that wind just whips north to south on this lake. And I've been out here on the canoe, and it's not fun getting stuck on that far end when that wind direction changes and you just start having whitecaps.
So with the New Jersey fish hunt, right?
What was that?
You can add the fish on here. They do have brown trout. But like I said, it's kind of like Wikipedia. Anybody can add on to there.
Right. Well, that's that stupid app, man. They always people posting things about fish that don't exist, and you're like, no, that's not true. Let's be honest for a moment. Not here. But the brown trout, I wouldn't be surprised. Although brown trout and lake trout, brown trout, lake trout, and even landlocks look very similar. I mean,
That's
you
what
really need to.
out in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Lake trout do pretty similar to those brown trout. People are just probably getting confused. There's probably walleye in there too, I would think.
I would think so. There's a good walleye lake, maybe the crow flies about 5 miles from here.
I see what they're talking about. New Jersey Wildlife doesn't list them in there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they're not. Yeah, but also New Jersey Wildlife does not have on trout in that lake. So that one site completely wrong. What the people were catching were the lake trout.
Yeah. Or lake trout, yeah.
Like, actually, for the New Jersey website, I don't think there's warm water and cool water game fish they have in New Jersey. They don't even have brown trout on this list.
Yeah, they stopped stocking brown trout.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s is my understanding. And I'm going to get up because my coolie is falling asleep and freezing to the ice here. But yeah, so you have supposedly, I mean, and the guy at Merrill Creek, the dock attendant, told me the same thing. So but who knows? I mean, you have fish that have are breeding together and creating subspecies, and I mean that's how like this, what is it called, it's not Skamania, it's like the golden trout, but it's like a golden rainbow trout.
Yeah, I think your theory is right though, is that people catch the lake trout and when you look at them, they're pretty damn similar.
Well, and then the guy here that comes here all the time that I met over the summer, he swore that.
Yep, go ahead.
I was gonna say the guy I met here over the summer swears that swears up and down that there's no lake trout here. Now, according to the state website, there are lake trout here. So, take what you will with a grain of salt.
I'm looking at pictures of that lake, and I've been on that lake, and I can see that it's clearly that lake. And people are clearly holding lake trout and landlocked salmon. Yeah. And so I just found a picture of a guy fishing it. It doesn't look too long ago with ice on there, and he's got about a 2.5-3 pound largemouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the wife and I came here hiking in late winter last year and brought the small ultralight rod, and I saw this little largemouth sitting. It didn't look like it was nesting yet, and casted whatever I had on. I don't even remember. And as soon as that thing hit the water, that largemouth demolished it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, that lake's got a lot of good fish there, but it's deep. When we're out in the canoe, I mean, it gets very deep out in the middle of that lake.
Yeah.
It makes for bass, when they're that deep, but that lake's a beautiful lake with big fish, and we'll let you get back to fishing.
All right, brother.
Check in. Before you go, I'm going to give a shout out to stretchinglines.com. Check them out. Use JMStat15 for 15% off your order. All right, buddy. Have fun.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Later. Bye. I'm moving from room to room, so I'm in the dining room today, and apparently in the Caribbean somewhere.
Yeah, see, it looks like you're in the tropics. For some reason, on my stupid thing, it doesn't have the preloaded background, so therefore I can't be in the tropics with you.
Well, you have a nice background, regardless. I mean, you started with Christmas tree
and dog bed and other beautiful things. So
Finnegan's staring at me, judging me from the other room right now. He's on his cat tower, and he just went a little crazy, we'll say, running around the house and throwing his toy around and meowing. And he's a wild man.
He got the zoomies, huh?
Oh, he got the zoomies, man. He got the zoomies.
Yeah, Ranger, we just went on a journey. So he's currently eating a bully stick. I'm sure he'll bark here in not too long. I mean that 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 happens every time we film. So nothing new, nothing new at all.
No, no, nothing new. So, field report, rough conditions for sure. Um, like you were saying, it was like 20s and beautiful. I know people get upset when they don't catch fish, and I know I get upset when I don't catch fish, but it's just something about being outside, and especially this time of year where um, there's not many people out. I mean, I pretty much had the lake to myself, and I sat down towards the end there and was just watching migrating ducks and the bald eagle flying around, and just said, you know what, this is you can't ask for anything better than that.
No.
Yeah, it was cold, but it was not that bad. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice when, you're out there by yourself and you got that beautiful scenery and just nice and quiet.
yeah. So I figured we'd just kind of do a quick recap. So,
Yep.
I threw a couple different things, brought two rods. I used some PAM or, liquid oil to lube up the guides on the rods. They were still freezing up pretty bad. So definitely make sure if you're out there this time of year, constantly do it. Um, I definitely recommend bringing your stuff with you, but don't overpack. Make sure that you're dressed warm with layers. And um, I threw pretty much everything you could imagine. I had a paddle tail on from last time I went fishing down at the lake here in town, and I threw that. Didn't have a hit. Still a lot of grass going on, so the paddle tail I had a little jig head on it, so that kept getting stuck in the weeds. Um, but I threw everything from spoons, silver spoons, down to chatterbait to rooster tail, and nothing. No,
Nothing, huh?
no luck on any of that. I did lose, like I said, my white bucktail jig.
Well, I got quite a few I could send to you.
Oh,
So
please, because
I
I tend
I
to,
don't use them too often.
yeah,
So
I was disappointed to lose another one. The goal was, maybe since I didn't see anything happening on the surface, it was quite windy. I figured maybe there'd be some subsurface action. Maybe it still wasn't cold enough for them to be up, like high up in the water column.
right.
So I was tossing it out in about the 50-foot range and letting it sink to the ground, and then just jigging it back up into me on the shore. So lake, a lot of submerged crap in there, so it gets caught up and stuff. Unfortunately, nothing for the fly rod. I did get to some spots where look at that background.
Yep, yep.
I did get the fly rod out a little bit. I was trying a little bit with the San Juan worm, with a strike indicator, just kind of let it drift and run, and then white woolly booger, and just kind of swam it along at ledges, and trying jigging with it, tried letting it just dead float, nothing. Different levels of the water column, nothing.
Now, what's your guess on what the water temperature was? If you had a, I know it's just strictly a guess, but
I wouldn't even know where to begin, man. To be honest.
it was frozen, so it had to be what, below 32, correct? I mean,
Yeah, I would say that I would say that the water was below 32. But obviously warming, because part of it wasn't frozen. It was only really the shallow, non-moving water that was very thinly iced up. So yeah,
yeah, I don't know about a lot about those landlocked salmon or salmon in general. How, you know, what temperature water were they really get active? You know, that would be something interesting to learn more on. But at least you got out there. You said you got to sit down and relax a little bit and watch the bald eagle fly around and
yeah,
enjoy the beautiful nature. I mean, that's a good thing. So,
yeah. I'm headed back out tomorrow. Gonna the boys are free tomorrow now. They unfortunately things came up today, so I'm gonna take them to a different lake tomorrow. I think something with a little bit more access around it.
Yeah. I mean, shore fishing's hard, no matter the time of the year.
Oh yeah,
To
yeah.
me, it seems like when I shore fish, I strike out more than I catch them.
Well, I keep
Facts
seeing
of life.
pictures in these videos of guys catching these fish from the shore there, and it just, I don't know, man. Maybe they're just in the right place at the right time, but
Exactly. You never know how much time they truly put in there before, that happens.
yeah, definitely not bummed about it. Like I said, I enjoy
No,
being
no.
outside and
Well,
getting away from the world for a little while.
we'll definitely have to check in tomorrow and do another field report and after report and then see how it turns out. So,
Yeah, I'll definitely keep you all posted, and we'll get back at it.
well, good luck, man. Tight lines, and we'll chat a little bit tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, buddy. See ya.
Take care, guys. Bye.